heal with the warrior poet, spitting out the facts, artillery loaded, perfecting our craft, yeah you know we devoted. I know what I want, so I'm staying focused. You hitting up my line, it's on do not disturb. Don't need a fool who can't even back up his words. Had to burn bridges and take different roads. You might think I'm toxic, but homie, I got goals.
I see the lighter, please.
Sure. But we've talked about a lot of things, right? Like fights.
The shooting that happened today.
Mm-hmm. How do we relate martial arts to life? That's interesting, you know. Chasing pussy. You know, so it's a lot of stuff, and a lot of, you know, the things that are, you know, life experiences.
Yes,
definitely. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been
well, now I wanna get to know you a little bit more personally.
Oh,
you know?
Shit.
Like what do you do other than martial arts? You know, because that is your passion, obviously. You know, like when nobody's looking. You know, like, do you like clean and dance? Do you paint? Do you write? Like, what other hobbies do you have?
Well, I mean, this takes most of my.
This is the
end
all be all.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not at the dojo, at the gym, I'm with my wife.
And okay, well that's something that I did want to ask you either way, which is like, once I reach a certain level of success where I feel like okay, I could be comfortable looking, not chasing, but looking for the right woman. How do you vet a woman?
How do you what?
Like how do you go through the list? Okay, is she a good cook? Does she listen to me? You know.
Well, I mean,
like
what are you looking for in a woman?
Well, that is a great question. You know, because a good woman is like obviously this.
I'll make it simpler for you. What are you not looking for in a woman?
Start making a list.
I mean, you know, if that's how you do it, you know what I mean? If anything that I learned from my past relationships with women was what I was not looking for in a woman. Mm-hmm. What I liked and what I didn't like. And what I didn't like, I had to right away let her know. No, I'm going to let this one slide. No. Because that's just a ticking bomb.
Yeah. So
find out, don't, you know, just find out what you don't like in a woman first. And that minimizes what you like, what you're looking for. Find out what you're not looking for first. Like, okay, this is not what I want in a woman.
I mean,
but then at the same time, you cannot be demanding and expecting that, and then you're a fucking fuck up.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Which goes back to what we're talking about. So focus on yourself, be the best person you can be.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. It's like, okay, well, I won. Do as I say, but I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. No. Yeah. So understand that when you're in a serious relationship, that it's about sacrifice, and you got to work, and you got to swallow your pride, and you got to say I'm sorry when you fuck up. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta prioritize things, and the relationship has to be one of them. Yeah. First is you, and then it's the relationship. Everybody's like, no. You need to put you first, because if you're not well, then the relationship is not going to be well. So you are first. Always. Put yourself first. Make sure that you are whole. Make sure that you are, as you know, intact together.
Yeah. You're a pillar that can sustain the building.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So that way, because it's gonna be a woman.
Yeah.
The woman's gonna take your lead. You're gonna lead. So if you're leading her down a hole, she's gonna follow, but she's gonna be
Like, dude, come on.
exactly. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, the woman's always gonna take her. You know, and if you find a woman that's gonna try to wear your pants, and that shit's not gonna. It's one of the don'ts. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, you know, if you want to try to be a man and a woman at the same time, then I don't want to be with you because I don't want a man and a woman.
I heard somebody say, if your girl can park in reverse, then you're dating a dude, man. You need to fucking find yourself a feminine woman, you know?
I mean, you know, that's actually a good skill to have. Fuck, you know, if your woman can park in reverse, that's a bad fucking bitch. It's good.
Isn't it crazy, though? Like how is, generally speaking, a woman just terrible at driving? Like, I've seen most of my exes, their cars are nice. They have nice cars, but what they do to them, how they treat them, it's like, when was the last time you did an oil change? What is an oil change? Oh,
Well, I mean, because they're more worried about their makeup and their hair, their nails. You know, and it's. I mean, I'm not saying you do it, you as a woman, but the dad should be like, hey, this is how you take maintenance of your car.
mm.
You know, every 3 to 6 months, you gotta go do the oil change. You do realize that it takes gas too for your vehicle to run, right? And it's that little thing. You go to the corner store, you put a credit card in, you choose the fuel,
Yeah,
and then,
the fuel rate.
yeah. You know what I mean? So at the same time, you need to help them become self-sufficient. Teach them. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to also teach them to become self-sufficient, independent, you know, not to always, not to depend on a man to make it in life. Our culture as Hispanics, you know, especially Mexicans, you know, what's a culture for a woman? Oh, mija, you
cook and clean.
you're gonna grow up, you're gonna find Prince Charming, you're gonna have kids, and then what? When it should be, I need you, you know, if you're gonna go to school or if you're gonna get a good job, make sure you're independent and you can take care of yourself. Find out who the hell you are as a person before you start squeezing out puppies.
Yeah. There seems to be a steps in life that we're skipping through, and that's where all this.
Or they're not telling you, they're not teaching you. As a parent, I get it. You got to keep them in, you know, put them in a bubble, but at the same, you got to teach them.
Yeah.
You got to show them. I don't know. And they're like, well, how would you know you don't have kids? Yeah, but I deal with fucking kids and.
You deal with man-childs all the time on top of that, which is even more difficult.
Yeah, on a daily basis.
Because the child will be like, okay, well, here's my this character who has authority over me, whether it's my parents or my sensei. And so, yeah, if I have to throw down and do my push-ups or do this all over again, I will. But if you tell a man-child, he's like, well, I'm not going to tell this other person. Like, there's more thinking instead of doing.
Uh-huh. So, crazy, right? Like, and now you gotta start teaching your kids when they're 3-4 years old about the shehis and all the what do they call the
transvestites,
the pronouns,
the
or the
LGBTQ bullshit.
I mean, you know, like, I mean, a 4-year-old kid.
It pissed me off when I had to have this conversation with my daughter, to be honest.
It's just like, how the hell? I'm like, let them decide. You know, they don't even know. They're kids. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how, you know.
I didn't get into detail about the whole gay, lesbian shit, like whatever, you know. But I did tell her this. I'm like, there seems to be this agenda to tell children, as in you, that it's okay to be gender fluid, that it's okay to be confused, that it's okay to want to be this, that, or the other. Let me tell you right here, right now, here are the laws. I'm telling you how you can fuck me over down the line. Tell me that you want to become a man, because you're a woman, biological woman. Tell me that you want to become a man. Allow me to get pissed off and tell you that you're fucked and you're stupid, and then call the cops. Have the cops come over here on the premise that I'm abusing you because I'm not letting you get your sex change. They'll take you. They'll take you away from me.
It's crazy.
Because it is abuse. It is abuse that I'm not allowing you to be the man that you feel you are.
You know,
it's retarded, right? I told her.
I had a student of mine. Okay, I thought he was a guy when he first came in, right? Mm-hmm. So she signed up for the classes, and she was very honest, which I appreciated. You know, she was like, hey, she's like, her name was a female name, but she looked like a boy. And at first I thought, you know, I was talking to a boy, you know, a man. So then, you know, she took the class, she liked the class, and then, you know, she finally started writing down her name. And it was a female
name.
Yeah. And I'm like, and she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, I'm in the process of doing the
transition.
The transition. And I'm like, okay. I said, he's like, I'm just letting you know, I don't want you to tell anybody that I'm a girl though. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's your
prerogative.
No, but I mean, that's your, that's me as your privilege. Like you're, it's what you, okay. So it kind of backfired on her, right?
Why?
Because, my classes, fool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a woman that looks like a man.
Okay.
She doesn't tell you that she's a man. But
yeah.
now we're sparring.
Oh, fuck.
I felt so bad.
Because they were
beating the shit out of her.
Oh, shit.
And every time she would get in, she would look at me and give me this puppy eyes. And I would be like, but what do you want me to do?
Everybody thinks you're a dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, she walked out of there. She couldn't walk. Her legs were fucked.
Toast.
I mean, those legs were purple for I don't know how many freaking weeks after.
Poor him. Fuck. And it's like.
So then after class, like I was like, when she left, I was like, I was like, hey guys, I was like, hey, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I have to because it's the right thing to do. And I'm like, that's a girl. What? And I'm like, yeah, bro, like you gotta lighten up on your punches. Yeah. What, dude? Oh fuck, I feel so bad. I'm sorry. And I'm like, but you can't tell her that I told you.
Shit.
So I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So yeah, that one time it did backfired on her, and I felt bad, but at the same when I was watching that, I was just like, fuck, dude, like I can't stop it and say, hey guys, easy on her. No, I would be like, hey guys, take it easy, like easier. But it's still, they're thinking it's a guy, so.
And she wants to be a guy, which is very interesting to me, like.
Can I borrow that?
There was this one woman who was kind of like masculine featured, so she could pass off as a guy if she dressed as a guy, and she did that for a whole year. She ended up killing herself because she just couldn't take the way the world dealt with men.
I think I saw that on on a story on
Yeah,
Facebook
it
or
was
something.
it was all over the internet for a while, you know.
I saw it recently, like 2 days ago.
And it made me think, you know, because we're all suffering on some level, right? But we're not necessarily being vocal about it, you know. So it's like this woman felt the pain of being a man, and she couldn't take it, you know.
And it takes me back to the point where women can't teach a boy to be a man because they don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
And I'm not being here sexist or anything, but life is a lot easier for a woman than it is for a man.
Yeah. What are the chances of a woman? I'll even go one step further. A woman MMA fighter ending up in a piss covered mattress in this trailer with a small patch of land, hungry as fuck. Probably not. She'll probably find some coach that she could like suck off or whatever.
They always have that opportunity. They always have that.
It's always that option.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Option. Yeah.
So
For us, what are we gonna do?
sell your pictures of your feet. Yeah, right.
I mean, fucking.
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's easier, for a woman to move up in work because there's always that sex thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the other ones that bust their asses to get to where they're at. But they always had that choice. Yeah. We don't have that choice. Life is just harder for us.
Even for the most lazy motherfucker out there, his life is terrible. His life is hard. He might be eating Cheetos and doing nothing all day, but it's hard to be that man, you know, because he's invisible to the rest of the world. Nobody gives a fuck about him. Mm-hmm. And that's very painful as a man, you know?
Another thing, a woman's beauty. You know what I mean? Like, she could do something about it. You know what I mean? Put makeup on.
Yeah.
And it fixes a lot of the... At least
these girls are artists.
Oh, yeah, bro.
They're fucking artists, man.
Yeah.
I've seen some girls, and I'm like, God damn it. You should fucking keep wearing makeup. I'm not a makeup guy, to be honest with you. I'm not thinking like...
I don't like too much makeup either.
No, I love a girl who is in her natural
in the natural.
Yeah. But there's some girls that, God damn it, they need it. And thank God there's makeup.
What does a guy do about it?
Nothing.
Can you put on makeup? I mean, I've seen guys with makeup. But they don't look very nice.
Yeah. With the fucking
if you're fucking ugly and you're in not successful, it's even worse. A woman if she is not that pretty, but if she's a good artist.
She has a nice body, all right body,
So
that's all it takes. That's all it takes to climb the ladder in corporate America for women.
Sadly, yeah, and like I said, there's the ones that are
absolutely,
like, busting their ass.
But the problem is that like, the majority seems to be the loudest in this scenario.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Like. So anyway, I have so many, I wouldn't say opinions, that I would say like they're truth, that I see and that I try to implement.
It makes me very sad, to be honest with you, because I'm a hopeless romantic, and I thought like that there could be like this whole love at first sight, happily ever after, unconditional love from a woman. But it seems that a woman always has that underlying condition. Can you provide? Can you protect? Can you please me? Okay. Then yeah, I will stay with you up until the point that you cannot fulfill your duties as a man. Yeah, my father got a stroke, and the lady that my dad was married to, she divorced him and took half his shit. Didn't give a fuck. She rode off in the sunset.
Left him there with the stroke and
broke. All fucking brain dead with no money and
fucking with the stroke and fucking broke, dude.
I'm the one taking care of him. He's living in my 1-bedroom apartment in my couch while this bitch is basking in the glory of my dad's hard work.
Wow.
So
Silence.
again, like, you're telling me what my dad showed me, which is choose your woman wisely. Because you want a woman that, at the very least, if and when there's a possibility that you get ill and you get a stroke, you want, at the very least, that this woman not...
At least she's gonna stay by your side.
Yeah,
At least. You know? What would be even better if she's gonna stay by your side and she's gonna help provide.
Yeah. She's gonna pick up the slack while you recover, you know?
Exactly. Isn't that what marriage is about? Right? So it's like,
Yes.
okay, so you want to pick that woman that say, you know what, if something were to happen to me and I'm sick for a couple of months, she can step up and provide for us.
Yes, sir.
Or at least that she's going to be there emotionally for me. At the very least. Because we give up our everything.
Our health, our time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for them.
Yes.
For them. And we can live like that for the rest of our lives. They can't.
Do you think us as the male human, is there a change that needs to be made, as a whole, you know, like, because I feel like this conversations aren't happening enough, you know, so maybe because we are competing with each other, you know, but this competition is making us like very reserved with our information. So if I'm competing with you, Hugo, then you're not gonna wanna tell me the information, you know. Obviously, that's not who you are as a person,
Yeah.
you know. But my competition is not gonna tell me their secrets. It's not gonna tell me good advice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if we all
I have
saw
no
each other-
secrets.
you have no secrets. You're an open book.
Yeah. I have no secrets. Like, if you come and ask me for my opinion, you know, or you know,
Advice.
yeah,
stuff
there's
like that.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you everything based on what I've been through, like my life. So I won't give you advice on something that I haven't been through.
Oh, I see. So you never speak out of place either.
No. Bro, I have people I don't know asking me for how to structure their business. And this is my competition. And I say because I don't see them as competition. See what I mean? They come in, oh, how do you? And I'm like, I know it's gonna sound like, and I'm like, look, man. If you want to learn anything from me, learn some of the business aspects. That's gonna help you be successful. And I give them the advice. I don't give them the curriculum. You got to come up with that. That's your job. If not,
Yeah.
well, pay me.
Bring your students over here.
Pay me for but I give them all the advice. I'm like, do this, try this. This doesn't work, try this. Whoa, bro. Like, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, how do you think I've been in business for 20 plus years? You know, it takes that, not just
Yeah.
this, but this. Very few people have that, both.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that. I was like, it's very, very rare to see a man who can wield both weapons at the same time. You know, the mental and the physical.
Mm-hmm. So it takes business sense. It takes intelligence. It takes guts.
Be a little bit more cold-blooded in your manner, is what you're saying.
Life is not life, but a lot of business is about taking risk, and in life too. See, there's a quote that says, "What's the greatest risk you can ever take?"
Not taking any risk.
Exactly. If I wouldn't have taken the risk of putting my life on the line to fight, then I wouldn't have what I have now. I keep taking risk. Now they're more calculated risk. But every class that I open, it's a risk that it might work out, it might not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's that.
Yes, sir.
It's that. So if you're afraid of failure, then you're afraid of success.
Mm.
Because you cannot succeed without failing first. So failing in success that's what I'm teaching my student right now.
It goes hand in hand.
I said, if you are afraid of losing, then we're in the wrong fucking thing. She looks at me like, opens her eyes, and I'm like, because it takes failures for you to succeed. They're brothers. They come together. You cannot get success without the failing. Think about that. If you're not willing to fail at things, then you're not going to succeed. Then you're afraid of succeeding. It's the same shit.
I think you could literally watch any documentary and verify what you're saying, you know? Like, all these success stories are encased with
Failures.
failure after failure after failure, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're not willing to take that risk, the risk of failing, then you're never going to succeed. You're always going to be fucking afraid. And the problem is that we learn this too late in our lives.
When we don't have the vigor, the strength, everything necessary to pull the trigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's you know, because when you're young, it's when you're supposed to be taking all those risks. Not when you're old. When you're old, you're already in the success part of your life.
Yeah, where you're supposed to be.
You're supposed to be.
Because you took the risks.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, man. There's so much.
I think I need to charge for this.
Yeah, everybody who's watching this, you need to donate fucking $5 to the Bushido Foundation so we could bring them back on again. God damn it. No, man, this is some solid gold information.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm telling you. But this is what I'm getting out of all of this in reality, you know? I need to think very thoroughly about every facet of my life. Because you're asking me, what do you want in a woman? What do you want in life? What do you want? And it's like, I want things. I know I want things, but I don't know
what you want. I know.
I need to sit the fuck down. I need to tell everybody to leave me alone and figure this out. You know?
That's what I keep telling you. Stop chasing fucking pussy, bro. When you're successful, pussy's gonna chase you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? If you're successful and you have money, there's always gonna be pussy thrown at you. And you can pick. If you're single, you can pick whatever the fuck you want.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense?
Makes sense.
So, yeah, women are attracted to success. Women are attracted to money. But don't pretend you're successful. And then you're living a lie. So, I'll tell you an example that I work in construction also. I was
Really?
Yeah, I did everything, bro. I was a chef. I did construction. I painted. I anything I can possibly get my hands on so I can make money.
Whatever paid the bills,
Yeah.
you were doing it.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
I didn't suck a dick though.
Okay. I wasn't gonna ask that.
So, anyways.
But it was dark times, okay?
Yeah, 20 is a 20.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, so, what was I saying? I got out of topic, completely out of topic.
Well, you were constructions, right? And
Yeah, I did everything. I did, you know, what I had to be done. So, I was working maintenance for Selena Apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Selena Apartments is right where the shootings are happening, right in front of it, by Cielo Vista.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are Desalina apartments. I used to be there. So I work with 3 girls that were in the office. They were the ones that, leased the apartments, show the apartments. They were in love with this guy. Right? What was his name? Milton, something like that.
Yeah.
He always came in suits. He had 3 suits. Right? 3 suits that he always came in.
Mix and match.
Yeah, and I mean, no, like real nice suits.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He walked in with the suit, very like, like
Sharp.
He looked successful, right? Mm-hmm. So these girls were like intrigued with him, like, oh my God, he always wears suits. You see in his car, all materialistic shit.
Yeah, they're judging the book by it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Women are attracted to success.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're gonna, I've seen millionaires in fucking flip flops, bro, and shorts every day. So, are you gonna judge a book by its cover? Look at fucking Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that fucker's cargo shorts
and fucking flip flops, bro. So how are you gonna judge a guy like that by its cover? So I think that's a lie. First of all.
Yeah. So
this guy,
don't let your eyes be the parameter.
Exactly. So anyway, this guy one time came into the office and he wanted us to go fix his plumbing. So we go to this guy's apartment and we're walking in and, the guy that's with me, Manny, he's like, bro, this fucking guy has money, bro. I want to see what he's probably going to be. He's going to have a pimp house, fucking, pimp apartment. And
he's going to leave us a tip.
Bro, he had a 3-bedroom apartment, empty, no furniture, nothing inside.
What?
Espérate, what? So we're like, we get in the radio. He's like, we're at are you sure 3? That's what I put a number to
311.
311. Is this guy's apartment? Oh yeah. How was it looking there? How is it? And I'm like, he's sleeping on the carpet. He has boxes where he puts his little TV on. A box, bro. The box where the TV came on.
Shit.
But yet he wore suits every day.
And that's probably all he owned.
And drove, I think it was a nice, like a Cadillac or something like that. Right? I mean, talking about looking the part, but then you go to his apartment and you're like, this dude is more broke than I am.
Because then you have pots and pans and shit.
You know what I mean? It was, and so it just goes to tell you a lot. It's like, hey, you know what? You don't have to. And I play this a lot when I was single. Like I tested like women. When I first met them.
To see if they were materialistic.
Oh no, fucking gold diggers for sure. So right, one of the things I would tell my friends is like, bro, please don't tell them anything about me. Say, hey, this is my boy Hugo. He's my friend. That's all they need to know. Some guy, oh, bro, this
fighter.
He's a fighter. Have you seen the commercials on TV? He has commercials on TV. I don't know if you ever saw them on K-Fox, and I had them, like back in like 2009.
2009.
Yeah, I put a shitload of commercials on TV.
Really?
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 years. Like, I mean, the Cowboys were playing in the mid fucking halftime. Boom.
Bushido.
Yeah. Me throwing chingazos, doing techniques and whatever. So, right away, dude, as soon as they said that, he has a business, boom, they would just grab me, bro. Literally just like grab me. And I was like, hey, girl, I just met you. Like, no, he's with me. And then I would be like, okay, now fucking hit the ground. I was like, dude, come on now. Like, don't,
Yeah.
Don't throw me under the bus like that. Like,
Yeah.
Just
let's just chill. Let's
hang
out.
You don't have to tell him anything about me. Just say my name is Hugo. He's a cool guy. We met here a long time ago. That's it. So then the other ones would be like, okay, well, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a bouncer. Oh, you're cute, you're done, this and that, But then you tell them you're a business owner. Oh my God, bro. It was like
Night and day.
night and day. Completely different. So yeah, fucking gold diggers. I would say about 90% of them are. Because that's what they're taught.
Yeah.
Find yourself a man with money so you don't have to do shit. And then if shit hits the fan, you divorce him, you take half his shit.
And you live happily ever after with Sancho.
Exactly. And then you make all that money for the next one that comes along.
I mean, look at what's his name? Bill Gates. Like the woman that divorced him must be the most successful woman in the goddamn world. She's the richest woman, unequivocally. And yet she didn't do anything but fuck over Bill Gates. Or it wasn't Bill Gates, it was Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos.
There you go. That's how.
Well, this is where I'm at a crossroads, right? Because it seems that it's pretty obvious, right? The dynamic between men and women. Mm-hmm. It's not complex. It's pretty straightforward, right? Mm-hmm. Get resources and you'll get women. But it's like, do you want the woman that wants you because of your resources or because of you? You know?
That's a freaking $1 million question, right?
Like, what do you prefer? Like, do you want a woman, like a 10 out of 10 that's into your Ferrari? Or
no, I prefer a woman that's going to help me build an empire.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That we can build it together.
Not somebody that's just going to bask in my hard work.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be wearing suits. You can wear a fucking flip-flops and shorts and a tank top. And you meet someone and they love you for that person without even knowing who you are, what you have, or how much money or anything.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of peacocking in my way of dressing, for sure. I just want to be seen, you know, and I understand
how
okay, this is how I wanna be able to have the same effect as a woman with mini shorts. Meaning, if I'm walking down the street or down
with
the
the
aisle,
girl with the big butt,
so,
nice legs.
Yeah, but except I have a nice attire, you know, it's my silk suit or whatever the fuck, you know.
You mean physically, or you mean like?
I've come to realize that women could give a fuck if you have a six pack. They really can, you know.
You know, there's that what's that saying in Spanish? Dinero mata carita.
Yes,
it's true. It's true.
I've seen some ugly motherfuckers with some. Oh man,
yeah,
some baddies, you know. Yeah. And you're like, how?
Well, you either, you know, are gonna think of two things. Dude has a big dick or has a lot of money.
Yeah. It can be,
you know, I mean,
it better not be both.
Right? So yeah, so it is. That's what it is. You know, it's complicated, bro. It's very complicated, but you make it more complicated than it should be.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So, like I said, if you want a simpler way to get there, is you focus on you. Fuck the pussy.
Yeah.
Let's just stop chasing it, bro. Like, you know,
and
there's this thing that, like, okay, you know, I want to, you know, I need to sleep with as many as I can.
Yes.
Right.
I need to make sure that when I'm having table talk with the boys, that my number is bigger than everyone else's. You know?
Why?
I don't know.
I never saw that.
You never saw the merit behind it?
No, I never saw the quantity over quality.
It's nasty shit. Yeah, you're right. Because, like, quality is what we should be striving for. But when we go for quantity, well, who's to say that number 11 wasn't the ugliest bitch you could have fucking found? But you're like, fucking, well, or whatever, you know? I don't have standards. I'm trying to get my numbers up.
Exactly. You have standards. And your standards should be quality. Fuck quantity. I've always said, I don't care if I have 10 motherfuckers in my class, but 10 that are fucking bad motherfuckers, than have 50. I'd rather have 10.
Or even simplifying even more to the individual, like throwing 1,000 punches to an opponent with no technique, than throwing that 1, 2.
That's gonna knock them the fuck out. Exactly.
Because the quality of my punches were.
Well, I mean, it just just focus. Yeah, just focus on like focus on you, bro. Stop
Yes, sir.
chasing the. I get this, and it's the same thing with girls, bro. The same thing that's I'm trying to also kind of like let her know, like because I give her life advice too. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta, when you're a good coach, you gotta be a good mentor, also.
Yeah. You have to see what's going on.
Focus on you. Don't focus on what your little friends want you to do. Oh, why don't you have a boyfriend? I'm like, why? This boyfriend's gonna come in, and it's gonna ruin all the training you're doing. It's gonna, probably the boyfriend's he's all fucked up because home problems are all fucked up. He's gonna bring all those problems to you. You're not gonna be able to focus on what you want, which is the fighting or all those other stuff. And it's gonna take all this attention, all this focus away from what you should be focusing on.
It seems we have two real currencies in life, which is time and attention. And I'm realizing this talking to you. Like the amount of money we have in our bank accounts, that's fake. That's just numbers on a screen. But the amount of time we have potentially on this world, and the amount of attention that we give to that's real currency right there.
Time is your most valuable fucking thing. Time is the only thing you don't get back in life. And that's why I take everything, like, when I'm my teachings. That's why I tell you, don't waste my fucking time. Yes, it's cool. You help pay the bills, and you hear me saying that. It's cool, bro. Yeah, you help keep the lights on and pay the bills and all this other stuff. But I would love for you to come in and fucking learn some shit, other than just come in and waste your time and my time.
Because that's essentially why you're doing this, and needs to be said. You're not doing it for the money. You're doing it so somebody that doesn't know how to fucking throw a punch can leave the fucking class knowing how to throw a punch. Learn.
You're there. You pay me to teach you how to fight or how to defend yourself. Not to fight, but how to defend yourself. Which, should be the main reason. But yeah, you're here just wasting fucking time. Like, obviously you don't understand that, the money that it's being, paid is coming from parents. When it's coming from you, it's a whole different story. At least I would hope so. Because now it's coming out of your pocket. So I have to go and I have to make sure that I learn as much as I can, or soak up all the information, everything that that I'm teaching.
And when it's coming from you, you need to show the fuck up, Because when mom and daddy are paying for your classes, yeah, I'll stay playing online, my PlayStation.
Check this out. I had 2 kids coming in, high school kids. About, I think one of them was 15 or 16. I was 17. The parents came in, bro, and they bought everything, like all the equipment, all the uniforms, everything they paid for. Right? These fucking ungrateful fucking bastards. The parents will come drop them off. Leave them right in front of the Bushido, and they'll walk in, and they would sit in the, when you come in, there's some chairs there. You don't have to go all the way.
In front of the office?
Yeah, in front of the office. And they would sit there for like 5 minutes. They would wait for the parents to leave, and they would have their friends come pick them up. What they would go do, I have no idea. Well, they already had this, the schedule, everything. So they would come back. They would get dropped off maybe like 15, 20 minutes before the class ended. Right? And they would leave their bags, their gym bags with all their gear right in front of there's a baseball academy right next to us. So they will go and put the bags right behind there. And I don't think they're so stupid that they didn't know that there were actually people in there. Or if they did, they didn't give a fuck.
Right.
So I'm at home, and I'm it's already like almost like 10:30, and I get a call, and I'm like, the fuck is calling me right now? I mean, I pick up the phone. Hey, Bushido MMA, but wow, this is nice. Oh yeah, this is so and so. I'm your neighbor here at the Bushido, and I'm like, oh, everything okay? He's like, yeah. I was like, hey, do you know there's two kids that usually get dropped off at your place, but then they walk out and they come in, leave their bags in front of my building, and then they leave and they get dropped off, and then they're punching each other in the face. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, they're punching each other right in front of my building, and the parents the kids they're watching them punching each other in the face. And I'm like, and I'm trying to put things, I'm like, who the fuck are these kids? And I'm like, you know me, I'm like, is it two kids with two fucked up haircuts? And he starts laughing. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's that fucking haircut with the fro.
Yeah.
So it's like what would I call them? I call them, it's like a fro, but it's like a mullet cut. So that I would call them
the guaches.
Yeah, like a mullet, like the fucking
yeah.
But a cut like from the front.
Yeah.
So I would call them mullet cut. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and I'm like, these fucking kids, man, like, if they want to get punched, and I'm like, they can just come right into the class.
What proceeded after that?
So then after that, he's like, I was very honest with him, and I was like, look, they're 15, 16. I'm like, these guys are my response, because he's like, well, they're your athletes, and I'm not. They're not my athletes. And I'm like, as a matter of fact, they're not even my students. I said, they're my students when they step on my mat. When they're on my mat during my time, they're my students. Now, if these kids are coming in, they don't even walk straight. They don't even go to anywhere. They just walk in, they wait there, and then boom, they're out. I said, to tell the truth, I said, if the parents don't give a shit,
why should you?
Well, then why should I? And I learned my lesson from and I said this because of experience. When you try to help these kids out, and let's say I were to call the parents, right? Who's to say that the parents will? How is that your fucking business? I've tried helping many students
Get on the track.
Yeah, help them, and then at the end of everything, with the parents were like, well, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm the dad. That's the mom. Who the fuck are you? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right. Okay, so now me trying to help these people, you asking me for help, and at the end, you guys turned on me because I was trying to. I called out what the deficiencies were, which is you guys, parents, and the way I do it, I'm like, kids are a reflection of their parents. To them, it was like their eyes just like lit up, and they heard, like you could tell, like, holy shit, this is better than therapy. Like this guy, but they didn't like it.
Yeah, you just get them in the.
So then, like, you know what? Fuck you. We're taking them out. Blah blah. This. I'm like, oh, okay. So I learned my lesson. So I don't get involved with that shit anymore. And when I said that, I said, you know what? If the parents don't give a fuck, then why should I? Because if the parents gave a shit, they would get off and make sure that they're in class, and then they can go. If they cared even more, they would stay there to watch them. Make sense?
Yeah.
But they don't give a shit. You know what they're doing? Let's just go drop them off so we can go have some drinks somewhere, or we can just go fuck around.
Yeah. But I don't think these individuals understood how special it is to have your boxing gloves to be paid for, your shin guards.
That's
to be
what I'm
paid
saying.
For.
So guess what I did one time? I waited for them to get there, and I waited for them to leave. And they went and put their bags behind the little trees.
Their spot.
Or bushes, yes. Yeah. So guess what I did? I went, I got the fucking bags. And I brought them to the dojo, and I put them on the shelves where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, these kids come back when they get dropped off, and they're freaking the fuck out. So they come inside to the office, and they ask, "Excuse me, miss, did anybody turn in some gym bags?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, they did. They're over there in the back." And they're like, "Well, can you get him? Can you get him?" And I'm not gonna go get him. You go get him. These kids are walking in, and you know me in front of the whole class. Hey, next time you want to ditch class, I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm like, you're still paying whether you come or not. I said, but at least be fucking smart about it, and leave your gym bag in here so nobody steals it. Their face just melted, bro. Like, and I'm like, in front of, and everybody,
Yeah.
everybody, you know me, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like they just spent $300 on all your gear, and you just go and drop it off somewhere.
Bro, never would I even imagine leaving my gloves.
But they
unattended.
don't get it because they don't. It's not coming out of their pockets, bro. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? They came in, and I think the first 2 weeks they were there, like, you know, and then they realized that the card is the class is actually hard, and that they had to work, and they were gonna get hit. They're like, fuck this. Let's just go with their friends and smoke weed. So eventually those kids got into an accident.
Really?
Yeah. And that's when the parents found out that they weren't going.
Oh, like during what was supposed to be practice?
Practice, yeah. There were.
Oh, so you really didn't get involved at all?
No, fuck no.
Oh, shit.
Fuck no. I learned my lesson. I said, nah.
And these guys want to eat fucking shit.
If they want to go and get in, you know, one of them broke his leg. Because they were out probably drinking, smoking weed, whatever. Whatever, you know, it's everybody does whatever they want.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
But think about it like this, though. Like a 15, 16-year-old kid drinking, smoking, that's a whole different ballgame. Right?
I know. So one of them broke his leg and his ankle or whatever. I never saw the other kid ever again, you know. And one of them did come in, and he's like, I'd like to start class again. I'm like, well, whenever you decide to come into my class, I said, and grab your little huevos and you know, step up to the man, you know, to the plate. And I'm like, my class is open. He said, yeah, you know, because, you know, it's not fair that my mom's paying, you know, this much money and I'm not coming. And I'm like, are you just realizing that after 6 months that you've been pretending you're coming in, and your the parents thinking that you are coming in, you going home with bruises because you're punching each other out in the parking lot. That's my favorite, bro. That's like one of my favorites, you know. And then I have another guy that goes to my class, an older guy that, you know, he's a car salesman, you know, and he's not all there, but he is. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
This
like
guy
kind of autistic kind of shit?
No, he figured out a way that if he acts stupid, that people just leave him alone.
Okay. He's playing the part.
So you act stupid with me, guess what I do? I call you the fuck out. I said, listen, bro. I know you're not fucking stupid. You just plain stupid because you figure out a way that, you know, through life, that if you just play, people just leave him alone.
Pobrecito.
See, yeah, just leave him alone. And me, I'm like, no, fool. Like, I've seen you do stuff, and I'm like, this motherfucker's not stupid. He plays dumb and he plays a good fucking stupid person, but he's not. He just figured out a way to say, you know what? Let me just play titty over here and they're going to leave me alone. But no, not with me. I fucking call him out. This motherfucker, you were there. We did a hell of a workout at the beginning of the class. And it was like a 20-minute workout, dude. But it included pull-ups, squatting people on top of you. You know, you carrying people, squatting, carrying them. I mean, rope drills, Japanese rope drills, all of that. It was a 20, but it was.
It doesn't feel like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm getting off topic, but like, it's crazy, man. It feels like it's an hour workout.
Yeah. So anyway, at the end of the class, you know, we do 40 minutes of technique.
Mm-hmm. And then live.
And then your live sparring. It was 8:45. He comes and tells me, Coach, I gotta go. I have a meeting. I have a meeting at work. I gotta sell a car. And I looked at the clock. It was 8:45, and I said, okay. I said, well, leave. No, but I can do a round of sparring. And I said, no, motherfucker. If you're gonna do the one round, you're gonna do the whole 30 minutes. We're staying here till 9:15. And he did this, look back and forwards like. I said, no, you know what? Get the fuck out. I said, go. I told him, get the fuck out. Go sell your car. Go sell your car. Go make your money. That's fine. No, I can do it. No. If you're going to do one round, you're going to do the whole fucking 30 minutes. If not, get the fuck out. And he left. Right? So I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, hey, you got to go sell it. You got to make money. Hey, we all do. We all got to eat, bro. So I said, cool, leave. So he left. And I get home like around 9:30. So, you know, I already have my meal prep ready for me. I just warm it up and I eat. And by 10, I'm already reposting pictures and videos and stuff to promote, to advertise on my social media. I see this motherfucker, bro, on the stories, right? And I'm like, see what this guy is up to. This motherfucker is in Juarez, bro, at 10. So what he did, he wanted to skip the
last
sparring
portion.
Porque culito was like this, you know what I mean? He was like, oh fuck, I'm already tired, and I have to spar for 30 minutes. So he's like, fuck that. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna go sell a car, but in reality, I'm gonna go home, shower, and I'm gonna go to Juarez and party. So he's in Juarez, bro. The video that I see, and it's so stupid because we post everything on fucking social media, right? Like if I'm not gonna, he's the first one that popped up in my story, and I'm like, let me see what this guy is doing. Literally, bro, he's like this, taking a video. Duck lips, bro.
Okay. You have to do the duck
lips. See, like I was like, motherfucker, you're 36 years old, bro. Like with duck lips? Are you kidding me? And then he's with a chick and some other friends and other chicks. And then there's like 3 or 4 bottles of fucking tequila and other stuff that they're... This motherfucker. I was like, okay. I was like, wait, next time you come to practice. Wait. Comes to practice next time. I didn't say anything. I was like, hey, everybody warming up. Fucking workout from hell, right? Right before we're about to spar at the end of the class, guess what he does? Comes and tells me the same shit.
He tries to pull the same stunts?
So I fucking lost it. And I'm like, look. I said, I know you don't want to spar, you fucking pussy. I said, that's why you're making up excuses that you got to go back to work. I said, but in reality, you're going to go back. You're going to go to Juarez with that girl that has no ass. The one you were complaining about, that she's not giving you any pussy, but she has no ass. And his face, bro, was like in front of the whole class. His face was like, if you leave my place right now, don't fucking come back to my class. Stay in the jiu-jitsu classes. So get the fuck out, but don't come back to my class.
Let me go get my mouthpiece.
Bro, he went and got his mouthpiece. And I made them spar the whole 30 minutes. The whole 30 minutes. And this time I usually give you guys a minute. I gave you guys 30 seconds.
He was
Rest. Oh, he was dying, bro. And at the end of the class, I called him on. I said, yeah, I know you're leaving because you're a fucking pussy and you don't want to spar. But let me tell you something. The sparring is the most important thing
out of the whole
class. You can drill all you fucking want. And everything's going to look nice and beautiful because they're letting you do it. But when you have someone fighting back, it's a whole other fucking thing. I'm like, I see this. I see people just drill. And they drill the whole class, but they never put it into fucking use. And then when these guys actually try to use this stuff on people, they can't do it because they're fighting back.
Yeah, they're over here in Juarez getting all fucked up.
And that's what I told them. I'm like, at least if you're going to go to Juarez, at least know that you can fucking fight and protect yourself and that assless chick you're with.
Yeah.
At least understand that. I'm like, don't skip fucking sparring because you're tired. That's when you should be sparring.
One thing that I didn't realize that was being done is the whole I forgot my mouthpiece.
I called it out.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm. They purposely are forgetting their mouthpiece and then coming in and making up their own rules. You know me. You will get punched in the face. You will get kicked in the face if you don't block. You will get kicked in the body, legs, everywhere.
In the nuts.
Make sure you wear your cup and you can buy them a Baby Gap or Toys R Us. That's where you get your cups. Right? I mean, you hear me. You hear me. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I say it, and it's like, and yeah, and they're purposely leaving. And I say, and I stopped the whole class and like, hey, you do not come into my house and make up your rules on how we're going to spar. I know that you've purposely, if I were to go look in your bag, I know I'll find your mouthpiece. But you know what I can't, but I can't find is your huevos. Where are your balls? Put those fucking things on. Whether you have a mouthpiece or not, you're going to get, everybody punch him in the fucking face for forgetting his mouthpiece. You heard me say that, right?
Yes, sir.
And they look at me like, you fucking dick. And I'm like, no, fool. Like, you don't go to somebody's house and live by your rules. That's just the way it is. And I'm, oh, you want to learn how to fight without fighting? How the fuck does that going to work? I'm like, good luck. Go hit a bag. Go do a combination with 300 punches and it looks beautiful on
the Wing Chun
on a fucking video. But right in the middle of it, when you're doing that combination, when they fucking sock you in the mouth and everything's like, oh, I stopped. Oh, well, what do I do from here? Yeah, because you've never been punched in the face. You can look beautiful, and that's what most gyms in El Paso focus on. It's beautiful videos.
Yeah.
Oh, the video. Oh, look at this video. Look at all these videos, this fucking doing this and doing that. And I'm like, bro, if you invert right in between my legs, I'm going to sock you right in the mouth in a real fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you're doing a 20-punch combination. But in the middle of that, if I disturb that little rhythm you got with an overhand right to the fucking mouth or a nice body shot, all that goes down the drain. So yeah, live sparring is what you need.
It's the most critical part.
It's the most realistic part of the class. Anybody looks good hitting a fucking bag or the mitts or the kicking shills. But when they hit you back, and you whether if you know how to react or not, that's that right there. That's that little split second of you freezing. It's your life. It's life and death kind of thing.
I don't know if you remember this one Taekwondo guy that used to come to the class. He was a black belt in Taekwondo. An older guy, but he was really good, and even
with his kicks, right?
Oh,
I remember
he was fucking deadly with his kicks, But you, that's why you're coach, that's why you're sensei, because you even told me, you're like, just close the distance, take away his kicks, and then I realized, holy shit, this guy doesn't have hands. Like my boxing, as
I remember.
meek as it is,
Yeah.
like he has nothing. Like, and he didn't realize that because he wouldn't spar that much. You know, he didn't realize that his hands were deficient.
And once you close the distance, they don't have space to kick. So now they got to rely on what they don't have, which is their hands or their grappling.
Which is probably even worse.
Exactly. And he would look at me like, hey, bro, I'm just pointing out your deficiencies. I'm not going to kick with the kicker. I'm not going to punch with the puncher. It's fucking common sense.
Yeah.
If your coach has any fucking common sense, or if he has any real knowledge,
strategize.
He's gonna you know, my huevos or my dick is bigger than yours. No, that's not what wins a fight.
Yeah, if I wanted to do a kickboxing match with this guy, he would have decimated me.
He would have. If he wanted to kick with him, he would have fucking knocked the fuck out.
He actually landed a spinning back kick, and you know how those fucking kicks are hard to land to begin with. You know, he landed it in my hip.
And they're hard to see too.
I couldn't fucking walk.
I know.
For like a whole week.
I know. I don't think he renewed his contract after the 3 months, because everybody figured him out, and he was getting his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah.
But if you play that fucking foot tapping shit, that, you know, footsie thing with him, he was gonna kick your ass. Yeah, of course. You know, so it was
But isn't it crazy? Like in fighting, I noticed if I land a leg kick, sure as fuck their leg kick is coming the way. Like you just want to get that one over them. Meaning instead of taking the leg kick and then waiting, okay, I'll wait. But it's just an ego thing. Okay, you landed my leg kick, I gotta land my own. You know.
You gotta fight smart. You know, you gotta realize that in anybody that, you know, at the level when you're fighting, anybody that steps in that cage with you has balls.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of huevos to get on that in there. A lot. Okay, and a little bit of craziness too in there. You gotta be crazy.
But most importantly, intelligence.
Of course. You know, skill, will, intelligence, everything. You gotta mix it all up. You know. Because everybody that steps in there has big balls.
Yeah.
But balls don't win the fight. You know, you have strategy, you have your backup plan, you have plan A, B, and C. And when all that shit don't work, you gotta pull it out of your ass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, your will.
Start doing double leg takedowns when you're not a wrestler.
It's just that you need, you need to be smart, and you need to, you know, have your will has to be stronger than the skill. Sometimes it takes everything. That's why I was like, well, what other hobbies do you have? I'm like, I don't have any hobbies. Like, this is all I do, you know, and this is all I, you know, focus on. You know, I focus on my business, which is my students, and getting, how do I get them better? How do I get this retard to understand the technique? So I have to teach it in a lot of different ways. And sometimes it's me getting in their fucking faces and yelling at them to, oh shit. Or you don't get it. All right, guys, dog pound. You're in the middle. This guy, the same guy that did this to me, would do a round and always go sit down. I would look at him and I'm like, why are you sitting down? Oh, because I'm tired. Okay. How long you been here? Oh, 2 weeks. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more weeks. And you're not going to be able to sit down. So I gave him 1 month. And he was still sitting down. After one match, he would go sit down. He was the only one. Oh, hell no. I told him, next time you sit down, you're doing dog pound. What's dog pound? You're going to find out. So he did it. And I said, get the fuck out of my class. But I look, get the fuck out of my class. And I'm like, I know you're not fucking stupid. And now in Spanish, you know what I mean? Because his Mexican way, so you got to let him know. You know what I mean? So I would tell him, I'm like, get the fuck out of my class. Don't come back in my class. I'm okay. I'll take you back. Get in dog pound. So I fucking made a circle. And you know what the dumbass thought we were gonna do? That we were gonna jump him. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna jump you. We're gonna jump you one by one. But you gotta fight every single one in here. No, bro. I mean,
They put it on.
oh yeah. Ask me the next time he sat out when I got my surgery, and I wasn't there. That's when he sat down. He said, "Okay, well, he's not here, so I'm gonna go sit down because I'm tired."
I would even argue that that's not like a tired thing. That's just his character.
It is.
But and you know, sparring is fun. Sparring is the funnest thing in the world when you're not tired. Oh, but when you're tired, it's the loneliest fucking place in the world.
It sucks.
You have sunny boys pounding on your fucking face, you know, and you're like, leave me alone, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where you find out what you're made of.
Yeah. That's when you know if I remember the first time I ever sparred, there was this one guy, and he was really good. I haven't seen him in a while though. But I didn't realize, because after the fact, that's when the whole 30%, 60% rule was I was made aware of it. But when I was sparring, I was like, well, I'm just gonna fight, you know?
Yeah, but
I was landing my jabs full force. I was throwing everything, and this guy took me down. Because in the stand-up, we're going at it, you know? But he kept trying to take me down, until he took me down. After that, it literally felt like I was drowning. And then ground and pound came. So just having the pressure of another man on top of you is like really, really scary, you know?
Plus, getting pounded by him.
Once the ground and pound start, because you could, leave me alone. But once you're already like done, boom, boom, boom. And I start to think, I think this is the point where I give up. I think this is the point where I'm going to tap. And I felt myself just wanting to be like, okay, stop, you know? And then beep, 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 beep. The bell rung. I was like, I survived.
Yeah. It's you know, it's gonna separate the men from the boys. Yes. Definitely. And that's one of the things that I want people to experience when you go to those classes. You know what I mean? It's the thing about it is that when you're on the street, there's not gonna be a fucking bell ringing.
And that's the beautiful part of you bringing this to us, you know. Uh-huh. You have young men like me or older men like the people you deal with, and they're all wanting to get a taste of this and to see what it's all about. But if you get a taste of it at a bar or defending the honor of your woman, you know, and then this fucking piece of shit's pounding on you, curb stomping you, doing whatever the fuck you want,
and takes your girl,
girl, then at that point, what's the point? But with you, on the other hand, you're giving us the opportunity to get that taste of adrenaline, of chaos.
But it's because I have to simulate the closest thing to a fight.
Yes.
For you to understand what a fight feels like. Even though you got 8-ounce gloves, it's still an 8-ounce glove. You're not getting hit with knuckles. You're not getting soccer kicked by his homie that's over there waiting for you to just your head to land.
You're not getting takedown on
be
on
close
concrete.
To the ground and then and then pinche messy. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you're like, okay, you know, that's completely taken out of our training.
Yeah.
It's still not that realistic where you are getting kicked by the homie if you're beating the shit out of his friend. You know what I mean? So, but I simulate that. So that's why, now we're doing ground and pound. And then when you don't want to go to the ground, I purposely put you on your back and the guy mounted on you. Now you're going to fucking work.
Now you got the striker getting uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah. So now you got to, make your weaknesses
your
strengths.
Yeah.
Or at least get them up to par. And that's where, you know, and that's why I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? You're going to be dancing, you're going to be running around. I want you to experience being on your back and getting punched and having to either submit someone from there, sweep, reverse, or get back up. And that's where the scenario, that's where the training comes in. You gotta fucking put it out there, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm actually bouncing at this club right now. And just revisiting all of these scenarios, right? These takedowns, sweeps, the rear naked chokes, arm bars. All of these things make me very much happy with myself. Just knowing them. you know, because I haven't perfected them, but I just know them. I know about them. I know that they exist. So I know if some fucking fat fuck is on top of me, I have a possibility of getting him on a Kimura or a guillotine, and I win, you know. It's beautiful.
Well, at least, yeah, you know, you're out of danger.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind that you're bouncing, so you're supposed to keep the peace.
The peace.
You're not.
Well,
looking.
you know,
I bounced before too.
I'm gonna tell you, like I'm writing mental notes. When you said, "I'll buy you a shot," like I'm not gonna fight you, but I'll buy you a shot. How about that? Like I thought, okay, that's gonna be
that works 99% of the time.
Yes, that's gonna be my shield.
Yeah.
Gonna, like,
And you know what? Those guys, when you're in a fight, are gonna back you up. I always got those guys like. When I was bouncing, I don't know, you're too young, but I was bouncing at the monkey.
The monkey.
Okay. It was called the three-legged monkey. I was back in 2004 or 5.
Okay. So it's like 15 years ago.
Yeah, were you still swimming in your daddy's balls?
More or less.
So at that time, I was bouncing there, and I made a lot of friends, a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies that it was work related,
right?
Like the Aztecas.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
they would hang out there.
Yeah. They were, that was their spot where they sold coke and all the other stuff. Yeah. And I saw it, so I went out. Hey, you know what?
Aquí no.
If they're not disturbing the peace, then you let them do what they. Okay, cool. So one time I'm sitting at the door watching, that's my job.
Yeah.
To keep the peace, I'm watching her. And I see there was 3 of them. Not going to mention their names, but there was 3 of them that were there. And they usually were there,
You knew them.
Yeah, I knew them, and I knew what they were doing. So, anyway, so it started because they stared at each other. One of the Aztecas and one of the guys that was playing darts. And they didn't back down from looking at each other. So they locked eyes in there, just like
mad dogging each other.
Nobody blinked or nobody looked down. So when "Que puto," and I'm like, "Fuck." So what? So it just went like this guy's and this guy's to the middle, and I'm like, fuck. So I run, bro, and as I run and I get there, one of them pulls out a knife on me. Big old fucking thing like that, bro. Me, without even thinking, I outside crescent kicked the shit out of his hand. Like I went like, bah! And he's like, what the fuck? He just flew out his hand. And I fucking grabbed him and I took him, I slammed him outside. As I'm walking out with him, the guy in the back, the guy that was another guy, hits me with one of the chairs on my back. And we're talking about this. This were like 20-pound metal chairs.
Metal chairs.
They're metal. They were not,
fuck?
yeah. And he hit me, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked back and I said, I'm coming back for you. Right? So I went and I was pissed. So I slammed this guy outside on the concrete. I carried him, and when I got the boom, I just fucking slammed him. I was pissed. I came back. But, all the bartenders were already over and,
getting... It became a commotion.
Yeah. So they were already, calming everybody down. And so, I understood the job. I understood that I was there to keep the peace with other people, and with whatever was going on in there. And I had other people that were working with me, and they were in training to become cops. Hotheads, motherfucker. They would come in and they're like, I feel like fucking somebody up today. Literally. That's what they would say. And I would be like, hey, bro, you got my back? And I'm like, I got your back if you don't start the fight. I'm like, because I'm here to, bro, fuck that. I want to fuck somebody up. These are bouncers, bro.
Holy shit. So even in that realm, there's still a lot of viciousness. Right?
Yeah, bro. I mean, they're cops now. They're El Paso PD right now. These guys. And these guys were the ones starting fights. That's why I quit. Well, that was one of the reasons. And then the Azteca one, they wanted to kill me.
Yeah, it got a little bit too.
Yeah, it was like for $10.
No, thank
I
you.
looked at. I was like, I love the owners. I was like, hey, so and so. I was like, I love you guys. You guys are great people. I'm like, but this is not really worth my,
Your
my,
life.
yeah, my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like working here, and you guys are cool and everything, but I mean, $10 an hour for,
Contending with
yeah,
us
these
thick
guys are,
guys.
driving by, pointing their guns at me and shit, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, nah.
So they were like essentially gaslight you
I had a green light.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But what was the issue with them? Like just the
Because
fact that you wouldn't allow them to. Like,
no, I slammed one of them outside.
Oh, because of that situation,
Yeah.
you got greenlit.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
yeah. So so I was like, you know what, I'm done. So that's what you have to look forward to. That's your job. Would I do it again? No, fuck no. Did I need the money back then? Yeah, I needed it. So, but I wasn't gonna, pay with my life. I'm like, dude, I can go get another job somewhere else. That's not gonna include. I'm already risking my life when I fight. So
Yeah, I don't need these fucking
yeah,
up.
but at least I have more
fuckers.
control because it's 1-on-1, and I know that guy has no guns or no fucking weapons or knives
there's
or
a
anything.
ref.
Yeah, it's just mano a mano, let's go. This guy is, you never know. So I know the owners talk to them, say, hey bro, we let you guys do, sell your stuff here. We never get in your business, but
Would they pay like some sort of royalties to the owners or
fuck no.
no? They were just like they were how to say it? They were bullies.
Not bullies, bro, but the way they saw it is as long as they don't get in our business, we don't get in their business. I'm like, okay, got it. Understood. So if they start shit, then I'll get in and I'll take them out. That's what you pay me to do. But I can't stop them from selling.
They're bullshit.
Yeah, that's their thing. So, hey, made it very clear and I understood the job and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't it weird though? Like we're all just kind of like with the cartels, for example, right? Like the Mexican government, like bends over backwards to accommodate them,
Well, yeah, because they get pay more money than what the government pays them. Way more money. So, and that's the sad reality about Mexico.
Money moves the needle.
Anything can be bought. Anything, including
Politicians.
the government, especially the government. Money is everything. I was in Puerto Vallarta visiting one of my good friends last year, and he made a comment that it struck gold with me, and he said in Spanish, he said he's like, aquí en México no hay racismo, hay clasismo, and I'm like, holy shit, it's about class, not.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're blue, white, black, yellow, whatever. It's about money.
Yes.
Money is where it's at. It's like, it's not, it's class, class talking about money, class, higher,
Your
class.
pedigree.
Yes.
Yeah, where you come from, your family,
yeah, class,
your
just
net
money.
worth.
It doesn't matter. It's just money. They don't care about your color. And I'm like, holy shit, it makes complete sense to me. So, it's crazy. Beautiful, beautiful fucking city, though. Puerto Vallarta. I really liked it.
I think Mexico would be one of the world's elites if they got their shit together,
Yeah, but
when the fuck have they ever gotten their shit together, right?
that's why our ancestors left.
Yeah. It was just too much.
Really no opportunities over there other than if you get into the what's it called, the mafia culture. And then how long does that last?
I had a friend that he wasn't in the business, but he knew people in the business, and they're also eager to spend their money because they understand fundamentally that they're not gonna have a tomorrow to spend their money. You
But
know?
I mean, why live something like? I mean, it's like, okay, you're gonna make all this money, but you're not gonna get to enjoy. You're either gonna end up dead or in prison. That's the only two
Well,
things.
you said, what was it? What's the worth of gaining the world if you lose your soul?
Exactly. I'd rather have my soul than the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's what you do when you sign that. That's what I'm talking about. With Dana White, he controls you.
You're
So
selling out.
so you're a puppet.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I'm saying it's a good old plantation, Dana White's plantation. So. And the sad thing is that there's not a lot of promotions out there that
That do it at that level.
Yeah, I mean there's Bellator, but they're at a smaller scale. There's one
Championship, PLF.
Yeah, that those are trying to come up. But the UFC still has a
chokehold on everything.
Yeah, the top, and the UFC bought Pride off.
How come they didn't get Fedor?
Fedor didn't want to go with the UFC for the same thing.
He understood the
contract.
contract.
He was like, nah. He's like, I'm not gonna be nobody's fucking slave, nobody's fucking bitch. And that's why he never won with them. So I mean, it's not like he needed the money. He already made a shitload of money in Japan. Japan used to pay good.
Who was running the market? Hickson?
No, in Japan it was I forgot what the name of those guys were, but what was the contract to there? So Pride had 2 rounds. The first round was 10 minutes, and the second round was 5 minutes.
What?
And if there was a draw, they would give you another 5-minute round. I think it was the Pride paid really well. Pride paid, I think it was 15 and 15. 15,000 at the time. That was a lot.
That's good money.
Yeah, the UFC was 3 and 3, 3,000 and 3,000, and then more than half you got to pay in fees and all this other shit. And it's like, okay, well, what's the point? So, but Pride was already on its way out, and then if you knocked your opponent out, they will give you, I think it was either 5 or 10 G's more.
It was a knockout.
So now you had an incentive to knock someone out, because if you knock someone out, they will give you extra money.
So they would put up exciting fights.
Have you seen those fights?
Yeah, I've seen some Pride fights, and they're just going balls out.
Yeah, they're soccer kicking people. They're stomping on people's heads. Those fights, and it was in a ring. It's hard. I fought in a ring before, bro. It's hard.
What is the difference between the ring and a cage, in your opinion?
What's
the grappling exchange is just...
Well, it's supposedly that in the ring, the fight favors the striker.
Okay.
And in the cage,
the
grappler.
Oh, I see.
Because it's hard to keep someone against the ropes.
Yeah. And like someone like Khabib uses the cage heavily for his takedowns.
Yeah, all wrestlers, all grapplers do. How are you gonna? It's harder to take someone down in a ring, because it's really nothing holding you back. Like you, butt goes in there. It's hard. It's harder. So yeah. So I remember fighting in a ring, this shit was rough, dude.
I do have to ask you: do you consider yourself a striker or a grappler?
Well, most of my fights were finished by submissions, but I always set up my submissions as strikes.
You made it so, because I've seen at the very least 3 of your fights, and in all of them it seemed that the danger of your strikes was too much for them to bear, and they didn't realize that boom, the takedown was coming, or the grappling exchange was about to be implemented, because they were so caught up on the possible head kick or the jab on their face, So yeah, I do agree. You know, like I've seen that you put a lot of pressure, and then when they least expect it, it's game over. They're getting choked out or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was always use my strikes to finish with my submissions.
Well, let me rephrase the question then. Do you identify as a striker or as a
More as a well-rounded dude.
you're a bona fide MMA fighter?
I was not afraid of being on the ground at all. At all. Like I said, I finished my fights mostly were submissions. I think I got like 2 knockouts and like a couple ground and pound, or 1 ground and pound. The other ones are all submissions. So
Yeah.
I was pretty well-rounded, to tell the truth.
Yeah, I need to work on my ground game.
Yeah, the gi was never my thing. It's never been my thing. You know, it's I did it because it was something different, new to do. But gi is a whole different.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. So
I think it's a beautiful expression of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be a fighter, it's not conducive of the actual fighting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps with your no-gi jiu-jitsu, but I mean, you're still not getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different. It's more of a sport.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because MMA is not a sport.
Fighting is
It's
not
combat.
Sport. Yeah.
Anything where you're getting pounded on your face, elbowed, kneed to the face.
Combat.
It's combat. It's not nothing sportsman like a getting fucking.
You cannot play this.
No. Fucking elbow right on the open up gashes on your face and head and all that other shit. It's a whole different thing, So, it's like it was I see videos of like people posting on how what side the stripe on the belt should be and all the other stuff. Oh, if you're not, I'm like, bitch, how many fights do you have? How many real fights do you have under that fucking black belt of yours? And you're gonna tell me what side of fucking I'm gonna put my fucking the stripe of the belt? Get the fuck out of here, bro! Like, it's so fucking petty, bro. I see some videos and I'm like, really, bro? Like, you're putting a video, you're putting on your belt. Bravo.
And this is how you tie your belts.
And if you don't know how, you're a white belt. And I'm like, bitch, you are a white belt when you start getting punched in the face. Not ever getting punched. If you never got punched in the face and you're a black belt and you become really quick a white belt.
You're over here scratching your butt with
Dude,
the floor.
you're trying to go for something when someone's landing elbows on your face, bro. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you forget, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, bro, because, what it might say? Everybody's got a plan till you get fucking sucked in the mouth. Right? Especially when you get that elbow and your ears start ringing and everything starts spinning. You're like, oh, shit. And then you're trying to go for a submission and yeah, that. It's the worst feeling. I'll tell you one of my fights. I don't know if you saw it. I was a little overconfident. I knew this guy, his skill level was not at mine. Mm. Okay, but you can never underestimate anybody. So we started the fight, and I'm lighting him up. I'm working him. And out of the blue, he throws an overhand right that I never see coming. Boom, connects me, bro, right on the jaw, right on the chin, right? And then all of a sudden, my legs start like wobbly, like wobbly. It's
right on the money.
Yeah, and I'm like forward, and I'm trying to, and then he runs towards me, and he knees me right in the face. Boom. So we go backwards, right? So I went backwards, and I hit the canvas, the mat, and I remember my ears ringing, and then I remember the lights going off and coming back on. But when the lights will go off, you can hear the crowd. When the lights were on, and then the lights went off, no crowd. Lights came back on.
shit, no.
And the whole time I'm thinking, just fucking hold on. Just hold on. You're fine. Thinking this in the fight.
You're coming in and out of consciousness.
Yes. And you can hear the crowd going in, the yells, the crowd going in and out. And I'm here like thinking, it's up on somewhere on YouTube.
I know you have all your fights on Facebook.
I have
also.
not all of them. I have some. Back then we didn't focus on recording fucking.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Those are the fights that I got from the actual promotion sending me the fights because I asked for them. But back then, there was no fucking, oh, look, cute.
Yeah, let me post it on.
No, we didn't give a fuck about that. Anyways, so I remember that, and the lights will come back, and I'm like, you know what? Was probably maybe like 30 seconds of that. It felt like an eternity. But I'm holding on for dear life. I have a kung fu grip on this guy. I body locked him so hard. Because I said, if he lands one more shot on me, I'm out. I'm knocked out. Right? So I'm just waiting it out, bro. And I'm just talking to myself, right? And I'm like, just, you're fine. Everything's going to come back to normal. Right? And then finally, boom. Lights turn on. But then I still feel I'm not there. I'm concussed, like I have a concussion. At the time, I don't realize it yet, but I'm like, there's something odd.
You're not 100%.
My legs are not there yet. So I say, you know what? If I stand back, I was going to, and I thought about it. You see me getting, and I say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go back on my guard. So I get back on my guard, and I start rubber guarding the shit out of this guy. You know? It was, 2006 or 2007. You know, and like have him, and I'm elbowing the shit out of his head. Boom, boom, elbows. And finally, I'm able to pull a fucking triangle. And I submitted him. He taps out. I get up like,
Nobody knew.
Nobody fucking knew. Right? And I still have a picture of me. And you see my pupils all dilated. You look at my eyes.
You were just one punch away.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, dude?
Mm-hmm. So that was a that was a good experience for me, and I shared this with my team once we got. I'm like, hey guys, I was knocked out, but I'm gonna tell you guys, every time after a fight, I would go and sit down with the team, and I would tell them my experience, what I was thinking throughout the.
You tell them the truth.
Yeah, the time, what I was thinking was going through my mind at the time, because if they ever were in a fight, and that same thing happened to them, I would want the thought process in them to be the same.
Right.
To know that, hey, I can come back. Like, I'm not completely out. I'm still in. I just got to make sure that I don't get hit while I'm recovering. So I got to play it smart, So, yeah, man, that was, and I tell people this. I'm like, you were thinking that? And I'm like, yeah. What the fuck, bro? Like, that would be the last thing in my mind. I would be freaking out. And I'm like, no, like, I can't freak out.
Yeah, you freak out, you spaz out, and you get that one punch.
Yeah, it's just that, it's, you got to think, you got to stay calm, cool, and collective. Even though you're knocked out. Yeah, dude, I stood up and my legs weren't there yet, but I'm walking around and I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, fuck, I pulled this out. I pulled it out of my ass, literally. Literally, you know what I mean? I think I have it on here. I'll show you. I'm not even lying about this one.
No, I believe you. But, like, the simple fact that, like, I'm pretty sure nobody would have guessed,
Nobody guessed about it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, that was close.
And the fact that you were like literally one punch away from losing the fight.
And the thing is like, I'm like here, like, thinking, I'm like, I just let my whole school down.
It was too much for you to bear.
No, it wasn't. I knew exactly what, what I'm getting myself into. But, I mean, it's still...
No, what I mean is, like, disappointing your team.
Of course, disappointing myself, bro, more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, and, there's a whole school behind you, and you know, and you're going out there to kick ass, and then you're the one that's getting his ass kicked. It's you know.
It would have been more horrible that the fact that not only did you lose, but you lost to a lesser opponent, you know?
And you know why? Because I was overconfident.
I feel like that happens to me too. Like when I get a little bit too overzealous, I get those punches that come out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah, and it's the one that you don't see coming, the one that knocks you the fuck out. Always. Always, 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 always. I tell people this, and I'm like, it's the one you don't see coming that lays you on your ass. And you're like, and you know, you're overconfident and you think you're indestructible. I think I was on a 5 or 6 fight streak to just win. You know what I mean? So I'm
So
like,
you feel pretty good. You feel confident.
oh
as
yeah,
fuck.
of course, as you should. But I was a little too overconfident. I said, you know, this guy he can't beat me. Oh, think twice about that again, Hugo. Like, don't. And yeah, dude, I mean, I went through it, and I never went into a fight overconfident ever again. You know what I mean? Because every fighter has a punches, you know.
A puncher's chance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the fights that I've literally gotten fucked up are the ones that I was like super confident, overconfident rather, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna mop the floor with this
Here it is. I found it.
piece of shit. It's a fucking meal.
It's a shitty production. I mean, video, because it was a long time ago, but it's here. Ah. The fuck. I suck at this.
I'm gonna have to mute that. Okay, so we got this guy. He's all fired up,
can
ready
you
to
see
go. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's where we met in the middle. And I'm recording off of I think this was on YouTube, so I got it off of YouTube. So I'm recording it out of the, sorry. So that's me with the Mexican flag shorts.
Dale, dude. Come on. Okay. To shake hands. Go lands a jab. Leg kick right off the bat. No problem. The other guy's having some reach problems.
Yeah, he was shorter than
Yeah.
me. So, you know, I was trying to use my distance. No, mine, it's a small cage. I think it was like a 16-footer. So as soon as
It benefits him, in reality.
it's as big as his room, the cage.
Yeah.
Pretty
It would
much.
it would benefit the smaller guy in this case.
So
But Hugo slid on his feet. Landed a massive leg kick just now. Yeah, this I'm gonna call him Pancho. Pancho is trying to wedge himself in with a jab, but it's just lazy jabs, you know. So every time he gets in the pocket, he gets greeted by a 1-2.
I wasn't giving him any room. Watch.
Oh shit! Yeah, this motherfucker landed the overhand right.
And there I am, look, getting my grips, hold on, not letting him do anything.
So
He's trying to hit me. Look.
At this point, you're going in and out of consciousness.
Yes.
Dude, what the fuck?
And look at my legs; they're just like noodles. Yeah, because I don't have any legs, so I'm just holding on. I'm like, this right here, it's still happening.
You're still going in and
yes,
out.
in and out, and I'm just I'm an autopilot right
at
now.
this point, it's already been 30 seconds, right? At the
More,
very
yeah, about 20 right now.
20 seconds.
Holding on, not letting him hit me. Trying to sweep him a little, get him off balance so he doesn't have balance to hit me. That's what I was thinking. I would just keep him off balance on his legs. Maybe try to, see if I can sweep him or something. But he had there,
Oh shit.
working it, and I'm against the cage, so I can't really.
So it didn't take you that long after consciousness to land or to.
I had to get busy. You can't give him time to you gotta get busy so that way he stops his offense.
So as soon as you were capable enough to think, at the very least,
I started working.
Okay, that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
I started working there. And here you're gonna see. I'm gonna try to get up. I'm already okay. You know what? You're fucked. I'm thinking here. I'm pissed. I'm like, look, it's like elbowing.
Okay, at this point you're already back.
Yes. My legs are still wobbly, but that's fine. Look,
It's probably even better.
I'm working. Yeah, because my legs are super flexible.
Oh shit.
Just pepper him a little bit. Keep him busy. Keep him busy. That's my wife texting me.
So this guy's trying to land some ground and pound.
Yes.
And you just have this.
Look right there. I thought about getting up. I'm like, I'm already had the foot on the hip. I'm basing up. I'm like, no, I don't feel my legs there yet. And there it is.
Oh shit. So the simple decision of saying no, I'm not gonna get up, it's what helped you.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's all she fucking wrote. Fuck yeah. Fucking yo.
Yeah, play it off, and then give him props, let him know, hey.
You almost had me.
Yeah, give it up for him, You taught me a good lesson today.
Hey, bro, you're a good man.
So
you're a great man. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's something, man. You've lived an exciting life.
I have. I have.
I would say like, it's kind of like every boy's dream to be Hugo, like to live that life. Yes,
in a way. In other ways, it's a very dangerous life. Okay, so you got to keep in mind that at this time of my life, like I was in a different place. You know what I mean? Like I live life like on
the wild side.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like I'm enjoying life, so I'm just gonna ride the wave. So it was a very interesting time in my life at that time, right there, and so yeah.
And how are you feeling now? Like reminiscing, like.
Bro, I mean, I look back at those things and I'm like, wow, like I'm in a way better place now.
Like as a person. But yeah. Aren't you proud of yourself? Like when you look at yourself, like
yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying though. Like like I have nothing to prove to no one. I've already done it.
Yes, sir.
To myself more than anybody. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm humble. I'm not an egotistical guy. I'm very, very humble. I'm very confident because I know what I could do and I know what I've done. Yes, that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
So it's just one of those things. Okay, like that's the past. What am I doing now? What can I do better than that? Can I be a better person, a better coach, a better husband? All around, not just in one way, like everything. So it's always, I'm always looking for ways to, you gotta always look for ways to improve yourself, to what's a better version of yourself as a whole.
And you don't allow to have deficiencies, I noticed, because like My question always has a very concrete answer. I'm a striker, or I'm a wrestler. You're like, I'm a all.
Whatever the occasion asked me to be, as you saw. I mean,
but you're not deficient. No, because there will be a time when you need to be a grappler or a striker,
or everything.
A husband, a friend.
Exactly. So,
you know, sometimes I get a little bit too caught up on this identity. On I'm gonna be a fighter, or I'm gonna be this, or I'm gonna be that. You know, and I forget to be a father. I forget to be a friend. I forget to be a son. I forget to be, you know, a good student.
Those are the most important things.
Yeah.
It's what your daughter sees. Not what everybody else does. What everybody else sees doesn't fucking matter, bro. I'm telling you, it doesn't fucking matter. Because none of those people are going to be there for you. But you know who's going to be there? The little one that's watching you. That's why I say focus on you. Teach her different. Teach her, hey, look, my dad focused on himself. And that's the type of man she's gonna look for when she grows up. You want to be a fuck up? Guess what your daughter's gonna do?
End up with a fuck up.
We don't realize who's looking.
A great question. Well, very important question that I pose on myself. Is would I want my daughter to date me? Not in a like a weird way. But
No.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Would you want your daughter to date a guy just like you? That's what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, if the answer is no, which it is.
I mean, you don't have to answer. You just got to answer to yourself. You know what I mean?
So, but if the answer is no, then there's your next objective in life.
What the fuck
It's
are you
not
doing?
making the money. It's not getting the tail. It's making that question have an answer that's yes.
You know, whatever you do right now, it's going to affect your daughter's decisions in the future. Because we tend to end up with someone just like your dad or your mom.
Yeah.
That's the reality. And it takes long for us to realize that until you're like finally realize when you end up with someone, it's like, man, she's just like my mom.
Yeah.
My wife. My wife is like
Your mother.
Yeah.
It's crazy, huh?
She's caring, she's loving, dude. She's great attitude, you know, like it. Yeah. And she'll tell you the same thing about me, about her dad. Weird. She's like, oh yeah, you're so much like my dad. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm nothing like. No, yeah.
It's human nature.
It's exactly.
So if I'm programming my daughter to be identifying his father as a piece of shit, then most likely later on in life her programming is going to say a piece of shit's my romantic
She's
partner.
going to end up with someone who's going to have her up and down. And you're going to have no one to blame but yourself. You know? And also, you know, what the mom is doing. Like I said, kids.
But I mean, like you said, some things are just out of your control,
Yeah.
you know?
You can control what you are doing. That's what I'm saying. You control you. You focus on you, bro. Forget about pussy. It'll come.
No, and I'm taking everything to heart.
You know what I mean? It's going to be hard, but it don't fucking wake up, oh, I'm looking for motivation. That's bullshit, bro. That's just a lazy way of saying, I'm going to just do this for a little bit.
Until I find something better.
Motivation doesn't take you anywhere. Discipline take you for far, far, far.
That's the golden ticket.
Discipline and consistency, bro.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, you know, like if I could give myself advice, and it's not that I wasn't focusing on myself. I was just directing a lot of my focus on the wrong person. I would have been 3, 4, 5 times as successful as I am now if I would have just said, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna do me. But, you know, we need those lessons to make us who I am now. So when I met my now wife, I knew exactly what I didn't want in a girl and a woman. There's a difference between a girl and a woman too.
Yes, sir.
A woman is going to look for love. A girl is going to look for attention.
And stuff and things.
Okay, so it's just one of those things, you know, like you go, okay, you know, like the whole thing is focus on me, and that's going to focus on my daughter.
And it's just going to leak over into other things.
And at the end when you're fucking 80 years old, bro, you're not going to care how many girls you slept with. You're not even going to remember how many, if you were fucking 50 or 5. You know what you're going to remember? God damn, I was a good dad. I was a good fucking person. And I did something with my life. That's what's going to, you know, people are not going to remember, oh, you know, was Hugo a good fighter? No. I'm not going to give a fuck how many fucking trophies and belts I got on my wall. They're going to remember these conversations that we had. You're going to remember those conversations. Hey, you know what? He was a cool fucking guy, man. You know, he was real. You know, he was this, he was that, you know, and he gave me good advice. So when I'm in my coffin, you know, you're going to come in and pay respects. As opposed, oh, he was a great fighter or a piece of shit human being. You know what I mean? So be a champion in life. I think that's like the main thing that, you know, people need to understand. We focus so much on, oh, this and that, but you could be a great fucking fighter, a world champion, and you're a fucking piece of shit human. People are not gonna remember you because you're a fucking world champ. You're like, no, fuck him. It was a fucking piece of shit. That's what they're gonna remember. So what really matters at the end?
Just being honorable, being a good human being.
Try to live an honorable life, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like something that you can die and say, you know what? I lived a fucking honorable, good life.
I think it's very difficult to go to sleep at night when you have been doing nothing but dog shit, you know?
Yeah.
And the shame of knowing that you are a piece of shit person, you know? It's...
Knowing that your daughter is seeing that, or your kids are seeing that.
Yeah. That's even harder to deal with, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, 100% I'm going to eliminate a lot of things.
We'll have a conversation again 6 months.
Yeah.
If you are doing what you're saying you're gonna do 6 months from now, then it became
a reality,
a discipline.
Yeah.
Okay.
A habit.
Yes, a habit, a good habit. So.
Okay. Well, last question.
Yeah.
Why is it that every time you try to do something like, let's say, stay away from chasing pussy, right? Why is it at that point that all the women want to, hey, let's go out. Hey, let's do this. Was it the universe kind of testing you?
It's because you're not chasing it anymore. Oh. How come he's not chasing it? He probably has somebody else. Fuck that. No, I want all the attention back. Let me get back at him.
It's an energetic thing.
Women are more in tune with their emotions than we are. Understand that. Women know more about you than you know about yourself.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
They'll study you. Trust me, they're like little fucking... They're computers.
Even their line of questioning, right?
Studying you, how you behave, your vibe, everything. Women are very smart. They have that other sixth sense that we don't have.
I never saw it that way. What the fuck?
Yeah. You know, you stop chasing the pussy and they're like, whoa, he must have another one. Because he's not reaching out to me. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Fuck him. I'm going to get him back. Y ahí estás, güey.
All right, it's 3 a.m, but I guess I'll be on my way. I don't have gas, but I'll go on my bike.
That's what I'm saying. So
I have wasted so much precious energy,
Time.
most importantly, time.
Time you're not gonna get back, but the only way you get it back is if you learn anything from it. At least make it
A learning experience.
beneficial. Okay, I wasted all this time, but it benefited me in what ways? It helped me shape, get on the better path, whatever it is. If it doesn't teach you anything, then you're just a fucking idiot. If you don't, you got to ask yourself another question. It's like, has this done me any good? Has this time that I wasted, has it changed anything? Has it done anything for the better for me? And if the answer is no, then why the fuck do you keep doing it? If you want to change your life, you gotta be willing to do things that you've never done before. And if that takes for you to discipline yourself and say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking see the end of this, no matter what it takes, that's what it is, man. If not, you're gonna be fucking 40.
Filled with regrets.
Yeah, and
sadness.
Looking back and thinking the same way you're thinking when you were 20, and I'll be like, bro, you are a fucking retard. Like you're dumb. Yeah. Like it's
sad.
Like how are you gonna trip yourself with the same rock over and over and over and over? Makes no fucking sense. Over the same rock, like, otra vez, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's like running yourself. You know what? Eventually, my head is gonna break this concrete wall, and I'm gonna get through it. I'll sit here and watch you beat yourself up on that wall over and over and say, you know what? There's a door. Let me go open the door and go around it. Right? Makes sense? Like, it's just like, okay, well, this concrete wall is not going anywhere. My head's not going to drill through it.
It's very, very, very interesting to me because I see it like this is the shortest point from point A to point B going through the wall, right? But when the fuck are you gonna get through the wall?
Never.
The longest way is to go through the front door, but people don't want to do the roundabout. They think that going straight through the wall is the way. But it's
not really. If you think about it, you just gotta go through this way, and once you get there, then you have the open space. As opposed to just keep running your head through that wall and thinking that it's gonna collapse. And I'm like, more than likely, you're the one that's gonna collapse.
I used one of your wise ideologies in terms of relationships when I was giving advice.
Which one? The no hips, no chicks.
Well, that one, that one I keep it for my close friends. They don't deserve to know so much good stuff. No, but a lot of people do struggle with relationships. Especially nowadays, because everybody's so fickle, right? Loyalty is scarce.
We all do. It's a part of a growing experience.
It's just part of the human life.
Yeah.
Well, I said this, and this is me regurgitating your ideas, which is like, okay, you had this one relationship. It didn't work out. Mm-hmm. That was your best chance at ever making it work. Round number 2 to 11, that's never going to be like round 1.
If it didn't work out the first time, what makes you think the second time's gonna work out?
And if it didn't work out the second time, motherfucker, well, yeah, then you're dumb.
Like,
I'm dumb. I wishful thinking. I guess.
And it's okay to it's okay. It's admitting it. Yeah, I'm fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I'm not so much of an idiot if I'm not doing that anymore. If I'm changing my ways because I learned from being an idiot to not being an idiot. But if you're try it a third time and then you're trying to do the same thing with another chick you did with this girl, it's not going to work out. So if every relationship is a different chapter. So if you start a new relationship, you need to fucking scratch off and turn the new fucking thing. When I met my wife, I said, listen, from my perspective, I said, I'm not going to come to you with the issues that I had in my past relationships and put them on you, because you have nothing to do with them. Not one thing. I'm not even going to mention things. So I don't want to be that guy that's paying for somebody else's wrongdoings. So if you want a relationship with me, we need to start completely over from the get-go.
No baggage.
No baggage whatsoever. Because that's what we do.
We bottle it up.
We tend to hold and all the grudges. And then there's come this new girl that has nothing to do with your past experiences. And you're like, you're a fucking bitch.
Oh, you are the same.
Exactly. And that's, you're starting off in the wrong foot. And when you are starting a new relationship still with the baggage from the last relationship, you still have not gotten over the past one. So you're not ready to start a new one.
That is one of the big problems that I'm seeing nowadays. Everybody's like, oh, it's because like the last relationship, it was too much. And what the fuck does that have to do with me?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And that's a red flag. And now you're like, okay, well, you know what? This is not going to work out. And don't be afraid to say that. But why not? Because you're already bringing your past relationships into a completely different one. And to tell the truth, have nothing to do with what happened to you in that other relationship.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to do with what happened to me in other relationships. It's the reason why I'm not bringing anything up. And I'm not going to put it or blame anything on you, because you have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. So when you start a relationship in that way, you need to say, you know what? I'm red flagging myself. I need to walk out of this, because I'm already blaming this poor girl who had nothing to do with it for what happened or what the other girl did to me. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's one of those things you gotta be like, okay, gotta let go. Como se dice, borrón y punto nuevo or some shit like that.
Something like that. But it's just like start a new leaf.
It's a new chapter, man. Nothing that held you back in the other, it's gonna hold you back with this one, because this one has nothing to do with it. So you kind of get a chance to restart a whole new life with a brand new person. It took me a long time to realize that. You know, after a fucked up relationship that I had, I was like, I thought all girls were the same, and wasn't true.
It was just your preconceived
and
notions.
That was just me being angry, and that was just me understanding and knowing that I wasn't ready for the next relationship, because I was still blaming this other girl for the other person that did this to me. And that was my, you guys are all the same. I'm like, fuck. I'm already bringing all those issues. What makes me think? And that's why I was like single for a very long time.
You needed to.
I would tell them, listen, I am nowhere near ready for like a love, like a relationship.
So you've always been an honest person. Your bottom line wasn't to get laid.
I mean, I would, my conversations where I'm like, listen, I don't even want to have sex. I just hang out. Fuck the sex. Fuck all of that. I don't care. Let's just have a good time. I'm like, I'm emotionally unavailable to every fucking letter of the word. The only thing you're gonna get from me is fun. That's it. I would say if you start developing feelings towards me, that's the time I'm gonna walk away. From the get-go, bro. From the first fucking.
And I think women appreciate that a lot more than the
the
baby
line.
girl, you're the only one in my eyes type of shit.
No. They're gonna see the sincerity. They're gonna see it and be like, oh shit, this guy's for real. It's like, but they appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, a woman is, a little girl might not. But
that's fine, because you don't want to get involved with
Exactly. If you're emotionally unavailable, let them know from the get-go. But also don't give them mixed emotions about.
Yeah, don't play games.
Don't play games, exactly. So that way, when that friendship goes sour or it doesn't go sour, then you have nothing to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I said it from the get go, and yeah, and I did a lot. I left a lot of friendships because I felt
The vibes.
the clinginess that, you know, like, oh, you know, I miss you. Do you miss me? And I'm like, no, fool.
I don't feel shit.
No,
I just
don't.
told you.
No. Like, I don't wake up thinking about you. You know, I to tell the truth, you know, when I think about you is when I'm getting ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's when I text you. Well, it's the truth, and and then
It has to go.
the text will come, and I would just be like, I'm done. Like, you know, it's the time for me. And remember when I told you that one time that, you know, when I felt that it was live, yeah. Well, this is it.
That's some real alpha male shit right there. You know, everybody's telling you, get your numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. You know, like the Wolf of Wall Street. But it's like, when the fuck has anybody ever told you, hey, go up to that one girl and tell her that you are not interested. You are not going to want to play with her games or with her feelings. Mm-hmm. You're not going to take her to bed just for the sake of taking her to bed. You know, like, you're being honest with her. That's what's not being taught right now.
Well, it wasn't taught to me either.
You just inherently knew that's the way.
My honor, bro. Live an honorable life. That's what I mean. Honor is not taught. You have to, like, it has to come from you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my friends were like, yeah, fuck as many bitches as you can. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool, but like, you do that. Like, it's not for me. That's not my thing. So when you walk with your head up, because you did the right thing. Not you did the right thing for the situation. You did the right thing for yourself. Because it's fucked up to play with people's emotions and hearts and feelings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, don't play fucking games, bro. The fuck, you know what I mean? You're not fucking 13 anymore.
Well, and to me, it's also very sinister, right? Because, like,
exactly,
it's very wholesome when you have a relationship with somebody that you actually have feelings for, but it's very, very, at least for me, gross to be involved with somebody that I don't even care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're just like in your back, I'm hitting it and quitting it type of thing. You know, like, you feel gross yourself.
You feel guilty.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and if she knew that it was just that's what it was, then it would be so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
For both of you.
Yeah, but you're unemotionally unavailable, but you're still going that route. She's all over. She's all about you now. Mm-hmm. She's in love with you. Mm-hmm. She would die for you. She's gonna,
exactly.
You know.
And that's where you start thinking, fuck, I have a daughter.
Yeah. This is so unfair.
I had a friend of mine recently. He has a daughter who's still, you know, young in high school, and he has a son who's already 25, already about to, you know, get his career going. Good one too. And so we're out and about, and he's all proud about his boy. Bro. Oh yeah, bro, my son, he lives with me, bro. He comes out every night with a different chick, bro. And then I just like stick my head out, and I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. Fuck yeah. And then I told him, I'm like, hey, and I'm like, just remember that you have a daughter. One day, that guy's father is going to look at your daughter, and he's going to be all proud of his son. His face, bro, changed. And I'm like, just think about that. No, my daughter's an angel. My daughter's not. And I'm like, yes, bro, your daughter's an angel.
But let a fucking demon get in.
Espérate. Give it time. Yeah, she's only 15. Wait till she gets a taste of it. And she's going to be doing the walk of shame just like those girls were doing it with your boy. She's going to be, no, that's not her. And I'm like, hey, bro. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just letting you know that when you talk about your boy, also understand that you have a daughter. and that daughter was gonna be, it's gonna be you one day. And then he's like, and then there's all the girls with us, hanging out, and they're like, and they're all laughing. They're like, oh, ha, ha. And then they're like, he's looking at them, and then they're like, right, have you ever? And then the girls are like, bro, we're 40. Yes, we did that. We did the walk of shame.
Yeah.
We all have. We're not fucking. You know what I mean? But and for like 2-3 hours, he just kept on going on how innocent his daughter is.
Not his daughter. Anybody but his daughter.
Exactly. So I'm like, so.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it like this. Like, he's glorifying this behavior from his son, which means that he is the one that taught it to him. Meaning that not only did his son absorb this information, but so did his daughter. Yeah. So. I mean, you're a hard person to hang out with, I'm assuming.
I'm not. I'm actually a very fun
you are
person to hang out with.
You are.
You know what I mean?
But what I mean by that is like, it's gonna come to a point in a time where everybody's having a great ass time, and then Hugo has to tell you the truth. It's like, but not my daughter.
No, for what? It's just a little taste of reality.
Yeah, it's necessary to not be delusional.
Just be like, hey, bro, like, you know what? You can be proud about your son, but you don't have to be fucking chanting it out. You know what I mean? Because you also have a daughter. Now, if you had 2 boys, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Well, yeah, say it all you want. Because you don't have a daughter. But when you have a daughter, and it's like, now it's going to be, now you don't want to picture your daughter with the dude on top of her in between her legs. It's going to happen.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's like the walk of shame, like you say. And like, it's all fine and well. Like, if you don't have to do a walk of shame, but like the fact that you have to go through that shit too,
Yeah. It is what it is, and I remember, and I remember his face, and then for like the next 2-3 hours, he was just kept on how, his daughter was never going to do that. And I was just like, bro, yeah.
He wouldn't drop it?
I looked at him and I was like, bro, your daughter's an angel. No, motherfucker, what do you mean? I'm like, she's an angel, but she's never going to get laid. She's never anything. No, now you're just fucking with me. And I'm like, well,
what do you want me to say?
I'm like, just shut the fuck up, bro. That just, I stroke a chord, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And we're cool. We're so, me and him, we're cool. So it was just that I don't think he ever saw it in that perspective.
No.
And I'm like, well, how do you not see it? I mean,
I think I would have had the same mentality if I'm being honest with you. Like, if my son's a big player and he's getting all this tail, of course I'd be happy. But then I have Hugo telling me this gnawing little detail
that you forgot.
That I forgot, yeah. And then I have a fucking daughter.
And you're like, oh fuck. But
daughters are difficult, man.
I wouldn't know
because of that. The whole like the walk of shame.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
They're always gonna be little angels, little girls, but girls eventually grow up to be women, bro.
Yeah. And it's our job to at least make them be honorable women.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It's women are in their genes. They want to be with a man.
Yeah.
More than a man with them. It's So yeah. It is what it is, and they become women sooner than we become men.
Yeah. Yeah, a 16-year-old boy and a 60-year-old girl are not thinking the same.
15-year-old girl, it's not a girl. She's a woman, a young.
Yeah, that's why the freshman girl's dating the senior guy.
It's womanhood. You hit womanhood at 15. The fuck are we thinking at 15, bro?
Hot Wheels and fucking
playing fucking video games.
FIFA.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's completely different. They can already have kids. Doesn't even cross our mind that there are already women that can get pregnant and have kids, and we're like still boys. Some of us turn men when we turn 30. So when you're really mature, you're like, oh fuck.
Isn't it crazy though? Like the becoming a man part.
It's hard.
It's hard, but for a woman, it's a natural thing. Like you said, at 15, she's already a full-blown woman that can procreate. Yeah. A man, on the other hand, it's not like that. It's more or less like it's whenever the fuck this gets turned on. That's when you become a man.
Yeah.
And it could happen at 15, just like as a girl, or it could happen at fucking 30.
Yeah. You know, I hit full maturity at 30.
30.
That's when my way of thinking and my way of approaching things and like really like at a matured level. Like I was like, oh, like I felt like, I don't know.
It just something switched on.
Yeah. To me, I was like, oh.
So maturity, it goes a long way, right? Like in terms of like stability and building. Because I noticed that like because of my lack of maturity, my insecurities, my lack of control of my emotions, I built this house of cards, and right when I'm about to put the last cards, everything crumbles down.
Because your foundation isn't solid.
And the foundation is everything that we have been speaking about: discipline, honor.
That's why I tell you at the class, I gotta teach you the fundamentals. We gotta build the base. We can't build a roof with no fucking.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
Exactly. So, pero I gotta go, man.
Alrighty.
Thank you for.
Hugo,
We're gonna keep going.
There's gonna be a part 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, no, we
sequel.
definitely we gotta talk about other stuff too. So.
Thank you so much for taking the time to put me in my place. It was necessary.
I'm not putting you in your place. I'm just giving you advice,
No,
and hopefully this advice can help other people, not just
absolutely.
not just you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel good, like like giving advice, and if it can help one person, then it helps one person.
But with this medium, it might help.
Hopefully, it helps more. And then. People are gonna say, he's fucking full of shit.
Well, you'd be surprised. I've had a lot of people that I meet up with, like, hey, what's up, my old friends, you know, and like, oh, how's the podcast doing? I'm like, oh, you watch it? It's like, yes, dude, I watch it. You know, so people are listening. You know, whatever the smallest.
Let me know when it comes out so I can post it on my. I get a lot of views on my stories.
I'll work on it right now, and then we'll. When do you want to post it?
Whenever the weekend will be perfect.
The weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Saturday and Sundays. A lot of people are on social
internet?
media.
Okay.
Yeah, on the.
What do you think? Saturday morning?
Yeah, you can post it Saturday, Monday, and Sundays. You get a lot of hits, and hopefully people watch it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So whatever they can, if they get something that it helps them, good. If they don't, then wipe your ass with it and flush it down the toilet. Don't matter.
Awesome.
So, all right, bro.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
This was another episode of the Warrior Poet Show. Goodbye.
My wife is like.
We come in peace, the Warrior Poet Show.
Here with the warrior poet, spitting out the facts, artillery loaded, perfecting our craft, yeah you know we devoted. I know what I want, so I'm staying focused. You hitting up my line, it's on do not disturb. Don't need a fool who can't even back up his words. Had to burn bridges and take different roads. You might think I'm toxic, but homie, I got goals.